Alright. Going to wait a minute before I get started. Alright. Never mind. There we go. I want to be careful with this because I don't want to. I guess I kind of have initiated a romance with Morgan. Now I won't be able to do the threesome with Isabella and Zevran later.
Yes? At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
That sounds wonderful.
For a time, but one can only remain a child for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Plymouth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
Plymouth was right, no doubt.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger. Let's see. They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
We go talk to Stin.
Yes. Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
Question.
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never
Very
mind.
well.
Let's go.
Yes?
Yeah, I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am. Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep any land
Okay,
that was touched
let's
by
move on.
What do you need? Ask away,
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
such as they are.
No more questions.
What do you need? Ask away.
Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
In that case, you should have become a mage.
Oh, you aren't kidding. I think the Templar uniforms are as colourful as they are just so the Templars didn't feel dull in comparison. Last thing you want when you're about to take down some Maleficar out in the woods is to have him point and laugh at your taste in clothing, am I right?
So this is where you deflect the questions with humor, right?
I'd use my shield if I could, but I think you might actually spot me hiding behind it. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I do really want to know, yes.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right?
Oops.
The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al-Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Home is wherever home is wherever camp is. We're travelers now.
We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Damn it, Alistair only proved by one.
What do you need? Ask away. I already...
Damn sneeze. I can give people gifts if I need to trigger more
Yes?
dialogue.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Kiss her.
What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely.
Do you object?
Not unless you stop.
Oh no, I can't have the threesome with Zevran and Isabella.
Yes? We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away. Yes? So,
Okay,
full
how
of
did you become a
questions, are
shape-changer?
you? I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
Your mother's been doing this for a long time then.
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
What do other animals think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No, 'tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the Circle of Magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the Chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could. But as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
That's good. Such traditions need to be preserved.
I'm shocked that you think so, being a mage of the Circle as you were. But perhaps you felt a little like a caged bird as well, caught within that dark tower.
Maybe a little.
I thought so.
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Let's see. I'm gonna check something. Shit. I think your abilities sound quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk, let us proceed. Yes? So, full of questions, are you?
I don't want to level it up too fast, because I think that can also mess it up. Part of me wants to go to the circle first, but I also damn it, I also want to go get Ogren as well. So I can take him there. That way he'll be on all the adventures. The circle's my home, so I'll head there first, then to Orzammar. Okay, so
Indeed. Blast and
Indeed.
damnation.
Yes.
Indeed.
Houston will approve. Wait. She won't like really like that I'm as much that I'm siding with the mages. Well, they'll side with the Templars. That really won't come in until later. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use this party now. Wait. Okay, I heard about rumors. I'll go get Shale first. Okay.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Part of your problem?
Well, yes. Oh, it's been quite the month. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
I'm Melloran. Pleased to meet you. I am one of the Grey Wardens.
A Grey Warden? That's quite impressive, isn't it? I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
What do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
Yes, I think I could use it.
Just as well. You'll find the golem in a village named Honleith, in the hinterlands. Here, I'll mark it on your map. I've heard it might be dangerous there with all the darkspawn about, but I'll wager that's not an issue for someone like you. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
That sounds like the guy who does Alistair's voice. Personal golem. Sounds good.
Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Actually gonna head back to the party camp.
Yes.
Because at least for this part coming up, I'm not really gonna need another mage. I'm gonna and I'm not gonna let Kitty take over the little girl. Though later I will side with Bronca against Caradon.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Dangerous.
Okay.
Wildlife.
Right ahead. Right ahead.
Okay, everyone attack that wolf.
Good to go.
Attack that one.
There is no hope for you now. Sometimes. Run while you can.
Shit, everyone's getting fucked. Kinda ended up having everybody rush in. I gotta remember I can't do that shit. And stick that down there for her. Let's see. Attack that.
My blood. As you say.
Have her go around and disarm them.
I shall.
Okay, never mind. She can't do that.
As you like. I'll do it. On my way.
Well, let's go. Keep on going.
Trap right ahead.
Damn it. Hurry up and keep on going.
Yes. Of course.
Attack that one.
It will be as you say.
attack them.
Of course. Will be done.
We're going to attack that one instead.
Make it breath.
Ooh, started to fall asleep for a second.
I will not fall.
Until I can get Zebra and she'll be my dual wielding character.
Make it be praised.
Yes.
I don't feel bad for looting these corpses. They're just darkspawn corpses. Oh crap, I forgot to change the title on this damn thing. Had to change some damn stuff.
Will be done.
I want everyone to attack that one. Attack that one.
Enough. Are you a fighter?
Die.
Let us end this quickly.
We're gonna attack the other one.
Is that it? You shall not touch me! Now you see full power!
Okay. Now have her use one of these.
As you like.
It's just still all the way back here doing. At least use some actual damn magic
This
behind
will
it.
not end well.
Time to activate that golem and find out it doesn't work. Continue.
It looks like a golem, doesn't it? An actual golem, and not a statue at all. I wonder how it ended up here, of all places.
Dulefgar. Nothing happens. Apparently either the rod is not working or the code is incorrect. Okay, let's see. With this corpse, and I think I have to go through that door.
Very well.
Wilm Siller. Music sounds like really low to me.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
I don't remember. I think I turned it down because it sounded like too loud in the game earlier. Another time when I was playing or something. Anyway, there's a tiny bit of sound music still in the game. Oh yeah, I forgot I also had it turned down because of the battle.
As you say.
Okay, everyone stay back here. I'm going to set this off in the middle of the room. Attack that one.
Very well. It will be done.
Okay, attack whatever that one is
On my
instead.
Very well.
I never liked this part.
Boom, Alistair gets knocked down.
You wanna die, don't you?
Ooh, I like the blood explosion.
Very well. As you say.
Got that Genlock.
Come and get it.
Everyone attack that one.
Clumsy!
I will attack this one instead.
So shall it be!
Yep, I'll loot the charred corpses. Nothing wrong with that. It's their,
course.
yeah, their fault for not taking it with them.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Let's see. What's in here? Just a deep mushroom. Then I'm starting to feel a little tired. I've played through this so many times that I might not find this like. I don't think it's boring. But I'm probably not getting into as much as I used to. Right in the face. Thank you, anyone who's watching. Wish I would have fucking got to this shit earlier in the day. Okay, everyone just go ahead and attack that.
So be it. I will not walk.
Oh, there's one of them who's dead.
You have forced my hand!
Everyone go ahead and attack the emissary. Need to take him out.
Let's end this.
Take that one next.
I will resist
No
them.
hope for you now!
Oh, for a second I thought the game froze.
I am ready.
Done.
Die quickly!
Let's make
Bro,
this
her off.
quick.
Millie Deep's corpses.
As you say. Yes.
All these are my crystals now. 'Cause I said so.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
I doubt anyone here thought you were still alive. No, I am a Grey Warden.
A Grey Warden? Here! Thank the Maker for our luck! But if you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking.
I bought a control rod, but it doesn't work.
A control rod? Do you mean the one for Shale?
Killed your father, what do you mean? The hell?
My father's name was Wilhelm. Mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais. And what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and Shale standing over him, just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now.
Except that rod doesn't work, nothing happens.
My mother might have passed along the wrong command phrase when she sold the rod. She said she never wanted to see Shale active again. Look, I'll tell you the command phrase, but I'll need your help first. I know you already saved
That's
my
Anders'
life, and
voice.
I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
What killed this man who went after her?
There are defenses my father put down here to keep strangers out. I knew about the barrier, I had the key for that, but the rest of it, well, we never came down here. Ever.
How do you know she's still alive?
I don't, it's true. I'm terrified that something's happened to her and she's lying in there, injured. I can't leave here until I know for certain. Surely you can understand that.
I'll see if I can find her.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
Alright, let's go. Take some death root and some elf fruit. Yeah, that's not
It
creepy at
will
all.
be done.
Everyone go back. Except you. Attack that one.
As you wish. Very well. As you say. You wanna
Take out the
die,
dust
don't
race
you?
first.
Grab what you can. Is that all you've got?
Of course.
Take out the shade
There
now.
is no hope for you now. Now you see true power. Yes. Of course.
That's probably one of the men who went after her.
It will be done.
Got a nice harvest
What
festival
now?
ring.
I'll do it.
Let's see. guess I could probably visit Dinnerham now, but I'm gonna wait to do that until I can get Zevran.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't... Oh, look! Someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
Good, you're safe. Your father was worried.
Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and stay with us, too. Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
The cat finds me distracting.
Kitty's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
Let's see. Stay away from that creature. Amalia, hurry.
No! Leave me alone! Kitty!
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
I'm not leaving without the girl.
It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
I don't make deals with your kind. Do you think he'll notice something out of place?
Mortals often allow themselves to be blinded by hope. They see what they wish to see. If the father hopes to see his Amalia alive and unharmed, perhaps he will.
Yeah, I'm gonna be against blood matching stuff, but I can still be curious about some things. Persuade, lie. I'll free you. You can have the girl.
Thank you. You are very gracious. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting! Kitty is going to be free! I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
Yeah, how about everyone else hold still so they don't run over the damn looking buttons and distract me. I'm gonna try to do this myself before I look it up. I can't remember if I was able to do this last time on my own or not. First I have to look at it.
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
Gotta figure this out, cause
Father doesn't like cats,
Let's
but
see.
he never met Kitty.
Yes.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
yeah, it is awful. Let's see. I may have already screwed this up already.
As you say. Very well.
Kitty is my best friend.
As you say.
Oh wait, this is not gonna work, is it? I need...
It will be done. Of course. As you say.
I was thinking about the sun, silly.
Of course. Very well. Yes,
Ah, shit.
it will be done.
Tell me a story.
It will be done, as you say. Very well.
Damn it.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
It will be done.
Me not stepping the fire.
It will be done.
Kitty is my best friend.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. I can feel the magic fading.
Actually, that
Oh, I had forgotten how it feels not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us.
actually that was kind of a bit of an accident because I didn't even see that. I was gonna do something else, and that was an accident. I said I'd free you. Keep your hands off the girl, demon.
Betrayal! You will not take the girl. She is mine.
Kitty! You're scaring me! I won't let you inside me! I won't!
Okay, I kind of want everyone else to go back up there a little bit. Why?
As you say.
Off I go.
Now you die!
No, everyone attack that one instead.
Yes.
Now everybody attack that one. Attack that one.
As you like.
You shall not touch me!
Careful!
Off
So
I
be
go.
it.
Hurry up and attack that one. It's not normal. It just seemed like it was real easy for a minute.
As you like. Something I can help with?
What do you know of this
Next
place?
to nothing, I'm afraid. Perhaps there is lit.
I'm trying to talk to you anyway. I was trying to get this. Helm of Hunaleith. Time to go, and I think I get attacked on the way out as well. Let's see. Battle dress of the. Let's see. I need 20 strength to wear it. Put the rest into. I'll put that last point into dexterity. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to turn her into an archer. I have to start putting points into our archer skill. Yeah, archer skills. Go ahead and give her that, and then I'm actually going to switch her weapon to a bow. Brigand's bow. Now she can wear the battle dress. Yep. Sten should be able to wear it though. Should be better than his current one. What special attributes are better? Otherwise, it's not really better itself.
Very well.
Okay. Oh, damn it, they still had hold position on.
Of course. Very well.
And let's keep going. Oh, forgot to read this book earlier. I'm gonna put his points into let's have his points into strength and probably willpower, constitution. I'll probably have him wear the blood dragon armor. That's why I'm putting it all into there. Go ahead and do that for him. Something I missed before.
Of course.
Shit. This guy actually scared me for a second because I forgot all about that they were there. Okay, everyone attack that one.
As you
Nature preservers.
Looked like they were trying to throw shade. That was a stupid joke.
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. The phrase to activate Shale is Dulan Han. If you still want that bloody thing. I wouldn't if I were you. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
Yes, you do. Let's keep going up. Some Darkspawn corpses I gotta loot. I'll take Shale with me going into the tower. Dulan Haran.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And of course, it is another mage. That is what it is. Yes? Yes. Just my luck.
How do you know I'm a mage?
It thinks these crystals are simply for show, I see. It thinks I cannot sense the energies it commands. Huh. I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Oh, you poor dear. That would be really, really boring.
And the villagers had no idea they were being watched.
Creepy.
Creepy.
I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
Not all of them, no.
Some got away then. How unfortunate.
You didn't care for them, I take it?
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Did you watch the attack?
Not as much as it would think. There was running and screaming, and then days and days of watching the Darkspawn prowl around. I would never have thought there could be something less interesting than the villagers, but there it was. Well, go on then. Out with it. What is its command?
I'm told you killed your last master.
Did I? I honestly don't remember. Perhaps it was after yet another time he called me Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
Is this, something wrong?
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Alright, walk over there.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
Okay. Shouldn't you be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
I can think of many uses for a personal golem.
May I ask what sorts of things it gets up to for which I could be so potentially useful?
I'm a Grey Warden, in need of aid against the Blight.
It refers to the Darkspawn, the very creatures that destroyed this village. The Darkspawn are an evil that must be destroyed, it's true, though not as evil as the birds. Damnable feathered fiends. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
What do you want to do?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough?
Are you gonna keep calling me it?
Yes, very likely.
You killed your former master.
Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, Gollum, stop crushing my head. Ah!
I like a little bloodthirst.
If it defecates, urinates, or rudely barks orders, I have no issues with crushing its skull. Just in case it was wondering.
You're welcome to come with me.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous and large.
Think of it as a portable battering ram.
Good point. Better it than me, anyhow.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I am Meloran. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
Vashaden.
Oh, blast it. Yes.
Yes.
Alistair disproves one. What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Won't we be right next to your stain? Glad to know you care at least.
It's true. One single tier, and then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby.
Back to shale. Orange chip spirit crystal. I think spirit crystal will be good for going into the circle tower.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
No, they're quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue. Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
You just seem very... being different isn't so bad.
Did I say it was bad? It thinks I hang on its every word, waiting for approval. I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
I agree. Being a golem would be handy.
Imagine the benefits. No need to eat or sleep or perform other functions. Walk underwater, crush the heads of every opponent. The possibilities are limitless. Barring the occasional 30 years or so of paralysis, there's little to compare. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
I don't want to go up too fast, because I know that can sometimes mess up dialogue triggers. Let's see, actually. Yep, gift type it. Let's see, small car statuette. I need to look up the gift equipment. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do. I like to think of them as accessories.
What do they? But what do they do?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
It's a dwarven thing, then.
So I would assume. My former master enjoyed poking around the ruins in the deep roads after all, and bartering with others who did. As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Did he succeed?
Not really, although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
That sounds rather promising. Where would I find them?
Wilhelm said they came from the deep roads. So, anywhere such things end up, I suppose. That answers its question, I assume? Unless it has more.
How did you end up in Honolulu, do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
Let's see. You didn't like this Wilhelm, I take it?
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Oh yes, a fortune in fact.
Good. Clearly, I am worth it.
Why were you out in the front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
Let's see. His wife?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
How does one shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
Do you remember anything before Honolulu?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Just how old are you exactly?
I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention.
I would have thought you'd enjoy scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself.
I'm interesting. Done
Good.
asking.
I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
I'll wait to talk to him till I get back to camp. Maybe wait even longer. What? I didn't do nothing. Damn it, I'm starting to get tired of the past few days. I keep staying up too late.
Oh, why, you little...
What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
There's hardly... Let's see. There's hardly any blood drawn. Still, he shouldn't have.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Forgot to talk to him earlier.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Let's see. If you didn't know, it was probably tasty. Damn it, I'm starting to fall asleep. Shit, I knew I should have started playing this earlier in the fucking day, but I didn't.
Oh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Can't be stickier than what usually goes into them. You run them, does that mean you have to go without?
Maybe, but that is not the point. The dirty mongrel can have this back, there, and tell him not to do it again.
You heard the lady.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
That dog is too smart for his own good.
He is certainly manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Watch them.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Trying to dig through the earth, are we? It's gonna take some time, you know. Well, good luck with that then. I'm probably gonna slowly have to give people some gifts to open up dialogue.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
That's super. Thanks, Shale.
Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Well, I am a mage, as well as an elf.
Then that must be it. The humans have always spoken about elves being inferior, but obviously this is their own stupidity talking. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
No, we wouldn't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought. It speaks. It doesn't have better
How did
things
Wilhelm
to do.
come to acquire you?
That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the Deep Roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away.
What was Wilhelm doing in the Deep Roads?
It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the Deep Roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser.
Wouldn't that have been dangerous?
Indeed. He had spells that allowed him to remain hidden and move quickly, but he had no defense against the Blight, and worried constantly that he would get sick. If any Darkspawn showed themselves, he fled. More often, he would have to fight other scavengers, dwarves who had become tainted. In the end, It killed him. I mean, he found me there, right?
You don't know why you were down there?
I think I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. Bah, in short, no. I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference.
Do you know where in the Deep Roads this was?
No. That secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish.
So if he hadn't found you?
I wouldn't have had to put up with the twit, and I would be none the wiser. I don't think I was aware while I was there. Not like in the village. Or perhaps I was. Perhaps that was the dark place, and I simply couldn't see anything. How long could even I sit in the darkness and stare out at nothing, never sleeping? Oh, I do not wish to think of that.
I say, let's move on.
On then. It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do.
Watch it day and night for years?
I do not sleep, so yes. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants, all oblivious to it.
Yes, that would be horrid.
And then there were the birds. A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out.
That sounds a little messy.
Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
Damn it. Starting to get too tired. If I keep starting to fall asleep, I'm probably only going to play this for maybe another hour anyway.
Yes.
Wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then. Then I suggest we move. I am hardly... Very well.
Let's go.
What do you need?
Never mind. I'll talk to everyone again after I head to head to the tower. I actually want to talk to her.
You and your friends are formidable folk.
Quarter Shattered Dreams. Just sell that for now. Sell these things here. Sell the diamond, garnet, quartz. Thoughtful gift and a sugar cake. Everyone will get a sugar cake. You get a sugar cake. You get a sugar cake. You don't get one.
Oh, thank you. That...
Why, thank you so much.
Interesting.
You have my thanks.
I'm to keep this.
Yes, you are. That's why I only gave everybody just a little bit of cake. I don't want to boost their thing too much, because I know if If you boost their approval too much, there's sometimes conversations don't trigger and you have to drop it back down again.
What do you need? Ask away.
Never mind.
Yes. I am hardly very well. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on.
Did you always live in an alienage? Was it very terrible?
I had my family. There was joy there too.
That is good to hear. I have never been to the Denerim alienage, but I hear that life is hard and there is so much squalor. In Orlais, most Alvan servants live in the homes of their masters, often in great wealth and luxury.
I did not know that.
I've known elven servants with servants of their own. A well-trained elven servant is highly valued in Orlais. They are nimble and dexterous, and many people find them pleasing to look at.
Like a prize-winning... Okay. So I should offer myself to some more Orlesian noble?
No, I did not mean it that way. Oh, my words were clumsily chosen. I did not mean to offend. I am sorry.
Apology accepted.
Thank you. You have given me a lot to think about. Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about
Yes?
something.
What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated, and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais, and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to your mother? And why did she leave?
She had served Cecily, the Lady Cecily, for many years, and was loyal to her. Cecily was a good person. She was always kind to me. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
You're young, it's understandable.
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on. Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind?
I heard that in Orlais, minstrels were often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Someone told me this a long time ago. I read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
What's the difference?
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Patron? What sort of patron?
Nobles, mostly. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite.
Yeah.
And in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
Oh, be right back.
reveal too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
Okay, I'm back. Well, why were you living cloistered in... Yeah, living as a cloistered sister in the rural Ferelden? Yeah, tongue-tied.
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here. Something I can help with?
Can you teach me to be a bard?
I don't think you have the correct aptitude. Let's just go over there. Something I can help with? Yes? What's on
Do you
your
miss
mind?
anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
Must have been a big change moving to Lothering.
I left behind much, leaving Orlais. But there is more to life than dresses and furs. It is sad that many have lost sight of this. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes! Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Ooh, I love shoes.
When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
I know, right? So ugly and shapeless.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we? Something I can help with? Yes? What? Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to... Which one? It will come to you soon.
Never mind. I don't know how far I have to be with her loyalty and stuff. I'll go start the Circle Tower, and I don't know if I don't think I'll be able to finish it tonight. If I still haven't got the dialogue trigger, I can always give her a gift or something. Let's see. I don't need to take Alistair. But I guess I could support the Templars that way. But I don't have to be evil about something. I can still support the Templars and be good. His abilities will be helpful with the mages, I guess. But I also want to take him. And I also want to take Sten. I think Sten likes it if you side with the Templars. I'll take Shale.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Blood and damnation.
Blast it.
I think if I get to a high enough dialogue with Morgan, she tells me about a grimoire or something. I can also find it without getting that far with her.
Interesting.
Okay, I know she likes it if you side with the Templars.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
2 mages, Shale, and Liliana. Off to the docks. I think this is Liliana's quest triggering right here. Huh.
You have fine weapon and arms, dwarven. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven.
Silver Sword of Mercy. It's a gift. Take it. I don't remember who it could be for. Take this too. It's. I think this is for Sten, and blue satin shoes for Liliana. Guess I will take some Lyrian potions. Oh wait, no, that's my stuff. Almost stole some of my stuff. I need to raise Sten's armor. Maybe I should have brought him into the shale. I'm gonna go back to the camp and get Sten instead.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais.
I knew you weren't telling me everything.
I didn't feel like talking about it then. What happened to me. Maybe it will affect us, maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais.
What for?
I was framed, betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did.
So Marjolaine was a bard too. How did she betray you?
You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents.
You opened them, didn't you?
My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevarra and Antiva among others. It was treason.
Isn't that what bards do?
Some. But I had always assumed Marjolaine only operated within Orlais. This was an unhappy surprise for me. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries. It takes a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered.
What do you mean?
I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past. That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor.
Who's they?
The Orlesian guards. They captured me. Did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured. And at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave.
How did you get out?
The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again.
So you came to Ferelden, to Lothering.
I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this.
Thank you for trusting me with this.
It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you for listening and understanding.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
Sylvan's Mercy. I don't think anybody has the strength to wear that yet. Kunari Prayers for the Dead. Pet Rock for Shale. Alistair Doll for Morgan. Fat Loot for Liliana. Stick for the dog. Grey Warden Hand Pupper for Alistair. Leave the other things in there for right now.
Shiny. It speaks. It doesn't have better things to do.
Nope. I think for right now I won't do that. I won't max it out.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
Give everyone a sugar cake again.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Why, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's see.
Interesting.
You have my thanks.
I'm to...
We'll just give that to Morgan.
Interesting.
In a way, I don't want to move that up too much. I don't want it to like fuck up triggers.
"'Tis cold in my tent, all alone."
Well, we can't have that.
"So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?"
I'll leave that up to you. I'm sure I'll think of something.
"Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk."
Damn it.
I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden. I enjoy the thought that
So what now?
and should you decide not to continue our
I can.
visit,
I'm gonna wait till I get Win, so I can hear Win's comments on that.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure.
Let's see. I want to give Sten the Cunari prayers for the dead, because that's very helpful later. I don't want to like force his approval too soon.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Why, thank you.
You have my thanks. You have my thanks.
Something on your mind?
Yes.
I have a
I
question.
am hardly very well.
Let's go. Don't want to erase our things too fast.
Something I can help with?
There's a chance I may have already done that. I don't know. Going to take Sten, not Shale. I think Liliana likes it if I help the mages, not the temple. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did this.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
What is that smell? Yes. Speak, then.
That's enough for
Then
now.
I suggest we move on.
Let's go. That smell is the lake. Alright. That guy, get his
You're the
quest.
great- I represent a collective of mages interested next to me, and in every major settlement. Makers.
Places of power. I'll have to look if I had to do these. Head in here for a minute, but I don't think there's anything useful in here. Not for me to talk about.
Good day.
I think stealing from the chest is the only thing in
Good
here.
day, and welcome to the Spoiled Prince. My father died of shot.
There's only 2 of them here, so I'll buy 2 of those. Selling that item. Keeping that helmet for now. I think I can sell these mage's robes. Pretty sure I'm safe to do that. Sell that dagger. Don't need these bows. What's the mud idol do? Go ahead and sell that. Let's see. I think that's good for right now. See. I don't think I'm wearing a mage's hat, but that's it. I can give her Pearl of the Anointed. Let's see. $1 tributes, 1 attack and dexterity. Give him that. Morgan can take the lucky stone. Doesn't say it has fatigue on it. Go ahead and add that to her. Let's see. Time to go out the door and I keep getting tired. Not sure if I want to do this. Yeah, I can keep playing for a little bit longer.
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass.
I'm a Grey Warden. I seek the assistance of the mages.
Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it.
I have these documents.
Yes? Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that?
Not much, you're obviously a Templar.
And if you can't prove you're who you say you are, I'm not letting you in. Anyway, it was nice chatting with you. Now, on your way, right now, go.
Your superior won't like that you've given me trouble.
Oh, really? You think Gregor would be upset with me for not letting you in? Wait, actually, he would. Good point.
Well, I never liked Gregor myself.
He's the big guy around here. I bet he could deal with one Grey Warden. Alleged Grey Warden. Well, you want that I should take you there now?
And I'm not quite ready yet.
I'll just be here.
I'm gonna keep one save outside the tower.
Oh, hello. It's you again. Come along, I suppose.
Yeah, let's get to the tower.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we wait and pray.
Gregor, good to see you again.
Well, look who's back. A proper Grey Warden now, are we? Glad you're not dead.
You're truly glad I'm not dead?
Perhaps. Now we're dealing with a situation that doesn't involve you, Grey Warden.
This tower is my home. I want to know what's happened.
I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. We were too complacent. First Jowan, now this. Don't think I've forgotten your role in Jowan's escape.
Hey, I was just... let's see. I was just doing what I was told.
I suppose I cannot fault you for that, though Irving could have done more to prevent what happened. It set a dangerous precedent. I should have been more vigilant and urged Irving to be more wary. I can only hope that someday Jowan gets what he deserves. But right now I have other pressing concerns.
Let's see. What has become of the first enchanter?
We don't know. We saw only demons, hunting Templars and mages alike. I realized we could not defeat them and told my men to flee.
See. You should have fought them.
They took us by surprise. We were prepared for one or two abominations, not the horde that fell upon us.
Why don't you rally your men and kill them all?
I would destroy the tower, raze it to the ground. But I cannot risk more of my men. The doors remain shut, and they will protect us for now.
That's no solution. Doors can be broken.
We do not mean for the doors to stay closed forever. Everything in the tower must be eliminated. I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
How can you think of annulling the entire circle?
You assume that there will be any mages left to kill. This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again.
The mages are not defenseless. Some must still live.
If any are still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing.
If you're so sure, why wait for the right... Let's see. I'll look for survivors.
I assure you, an abomination is a force to be reckoned with, and you will face more than one.
I have confidence in my abilities.
Ah, that arrogance hangs about you like some fell cloud, doesn't it? If you succeed, I would owe you much, enough that I would pledge my Templars to your cause. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal.
We have an agreement then. I need to think about the right course of action.
Perhaps that is best. A Grey Warden has many other things to be concerned about. Yes, was there something else you wanted?
How did this trouble start again?
As I said, I do not know. The tower has been quiet for a while. Carol, he's generally a good lad, but a little strange, yeah? Do not misunderstand. I do not want to do this. I do, however, see that the rite of annulment may be necessary. An unprepared village or town would be devastated should even one abomination chance upon it. We cannot allow it. And the mages, if any live, I do not know what they may have become. We may have to kill them to be certain.
How did you become a Templar?
My history does not concern you. I
Circle.
am sure you have better things to do than pry into someone else's personal life.
The circle cannot be left like this. I will help you.
This must be resolved quickly. If you can destroy the abominations, I will pledge my men to your cause in return.
Is that all you can offer me?
We have nothing to offer you, but gratitude and service. I have heard the tower holds many valuable artifacts. I expect we'll have to consider them lost or destroyed.
Perhaps I can save some of these artifacts.
A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
So the mages are all locked within. Fitting end for those who gave up their own freedom.
Yeah, I'll be siding with the Templars this time.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know how... Yes! Would you like to trade? I wish this were over. Yes!
As I guess I can take those health poultices. Probably need the injury kits as well. I think I'm good for now. Nothing in there. You go unlock that. I don't know if I should give this to Morgan or not. I'll let her keep the other hat. The leather cap, or whatever it is.
It will be done.
Alright, let's go.
You've returned to the tower? Why did the Templars let you through? Are you here to warn us?
I told Gregor I would investigate the tower. This was my home. I want to see what's happened to it.
I see you still care about the Circle and our tower. Unfortunately, the Circle is in grave danger.
Yes, the abominations and the demons. From the Templars. They intend to annul the Circle. Gregor gave me a brief summary.
The Templars have barred the doors. They will only open them if they intend to attack us. Is that what is happening?
Don't worry, the rite of annulment has not yet arrived.
They sent for it then. I feared they might have. What else could they do? So Gregor thinks the Circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the rite, however, we will not be able to stand against them.
Did Irving survive as well?
If anyone could survive this, it would be the first enchanter Irving. It was he who told me to look after the children. It's a long story. I erected a barrier over the door leading to the rest of the tower, so nothing from inside could attack the children. You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds, but I will dispel it if you join with me to save this Circle.
Attention, Etsy. We must try to avoid needless slaughter.
Yes, even if we cannot eliminate all the demons and abominations, together we could lead the survivors out. Once Gregor sees that we have made the tower safe, I trust he will tell his men to back down. He is not unreasonable.
Gregor only accepted if the first enchanter says so.
Then our path is laid out before us. We must save Irving.
Will the children be safe?
Petra and Kinan will watch them. If we slay all the fiends we encounter on our way, none will get by to threaten the children.
Let's see. I suppose that could work.
You want us to assist this preachy schoolmistress to rescue these pathetic excuses for mages? They allow themselves to be corralled like cattle, mindless. Now their masters have chosen death for them, and I say, let them have it.
Let's see. You could have been one of them if things were different.
If that was so, why, I am sure I would have flung myself from the top of this tower years ago. I will allow neither mind nor body be subjugated in such a dehumanizing fashion.
Why do you treat everyone in the circle with such scorn?
Look at how they live. Servants of the Chantry. They lack respect for themselves and their own power. Why should I respect them?
Perhaps you are right after all.
Of course I am right. Save her. Save them all from this half-life.
Your advisor is an apostate. You are more dangerous than I imagined, and you will enter this tower over my dead body.
We will give you your wish, old woman.
Oops.
Yes, was there something else? This must be resolved quick.
My wounds! They burn! It's I wish this were over. We're running low on supply. We need the above. If you have anything to trade.
Goes to the regular poultices.
This is the prison for your mages? Ours is not so grand.
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kukari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right, and they are
What was
right
that
in
noise?
this.
You know the stories about...
Oh.
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told
Thank
me
you for the raid,
stories too.
Zoltar.
She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
Hoster.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed, using them until they were spent, then killing them. No little girl
Now you came in at a good time.
wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
Thank you. Hope everyone. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Thank you.
You
Thank you for the raid.
really don't.
Give you a shout out. Hello, Faye. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Well, actually, that started to happen back in camp, but I stopped it until I got Wynn in the party. I know she makes a comment about the romance. How is the Witcher treating you? Skipping past this bit of dialogue because I messed up on it a minute ago. I'm redoing it.
The circle and our tower. They have the right of annul. They abandoned us to our... You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds. Once Gregor sees that we have made... Then our path is... Petra and Kinan will watch them. If we slay all the fiends we...
They allow themselves.
I'm kind of skipping through this part because I already went through this part a minute ago, then I chose the wrong dialogue option.
Now their masters have
And I started to
chosen
attack
death
those
for them,
people.
And I say, let them have it.
Yeah, it can be confusing at the beginning, like especially the third one at the beginning. Like once you get past the Griffin area, like there's just like so much to do. Okay. See, I made my you could have been okay. Just one of the things I skipped.
I will allow neither. Look at how they live. Servants of the Chantry. They lack respect for themselves and their own power. Why should I respect them?
Everyone deserves respect, even cruel people like you.
Have it your way.
Petra, Kenan, look after the others. I will be back soon.
Wyn, are you sure you're all right? You were so badly hurt earlier. Maybe I should come along.
The others need your protection more. I will be all right. Stay here with them. Keep them safe and calm.
Let's see. Let us be off. I try not to throw out your back.
When that happens, I usually lay about a young upstart with my staff. That gets the blood flowing and works the kinks out of these old joints. If you are ready, let us go end this.
See, I know I want to take...
Indeed.
I don't think I'll take Alistar as my tank. We're gonna have 3 mages and a tank. I have to look at Wyn's abilities. There's some studded leather gloves. That'd be something. But I have nothing else for her. Yeah, when that thing went off a minute ago, like the little dink, it should have been something. It should have been like a different audio thing in there. That's why I got confused at first. Give her. Nope, her staff is better. Anybody give her any items? I have no items to give her. She might end up being screwed later. Or maybe I will with only using a few people. Of 3 mages. Actually, I better do that with my own character. Some of these potions down there. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Damn it. I find it hard to
Quickly.
Yeah, find things to talk about. I know I'm not the best person to watch.
Here we are. I'm somewhat amazed at myself for having kept it in place this long.
You did what you had to, Wyn.
It made me very weary at times, but I had to stay strong to keep us safe. Be prepared for anything. I do not know what manner of beasts lurk beyond this barrier. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Destroy it.
All right. Be on your guard.
I'm gonna check her tactics. She's set to healer. Hey, stop growling. I probably won't be playing this for too much longer. You caught me at the end there, because I'll be probably going to bed within the next hour. Probably actually next 10-15 minutes.
Immediately.
Right.
I keep having to adjust my volume up and down, that way it doesn't sound too loud over my voice.
On it.
Use one stone fist. Okay, that was a combination of stone fist and freezing.
You have forced my hand!
You wish. I will fight if I must.
Oh.
Let us
Die, Abomination.
Quickly. I will not fall.
Forget when the Abominations die, they burst into flame. They explode like that.
Very well.
Time to loot the dead corpse. Another corpse to loot. If they don't use it, it'll go to waste. If they can't use it. Yeah, this is the Mage Tower. Whoa. Okay. You guys need to get the fuck over here. He needs to stay here.
Yes.
I need to be careful. Okay, I want everyone to attack the Rage Demon. Have to be careful here with 3 mages.
Let us end this quickly.
Everybody move over here.
I shall do it.
Yep. Knew it was gonna explode, that's why that's why I had everybody move. Yeah, sometimes Dragon Age can some parts of it are boring. Oop. Use this as a combo. Shit. Yeah, I may have fucked myself by taking 3 mages here. Damn.
I see.
Shit. Okay. Everyone just attack that one.
Let's have at it.
Damn it, there. Well. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be very careful. Or I might have to turn stuff down to easy in some parts.
Very well.
Beating this so many times, so it won't really matter to me if I turn it down to easy. Jeez, I cannot talk. This is actually probably where I'm going to be stopping myself because I've been getting tired and I keep starting to fall asleep a little bit. Thank you for the raid, Zoltar, again. Apologize that didn't get a whole lot done with when you came in with your raid. Damn it. I get tongue-tied whenever I'm streaming. Okay, sometimes I can never figure out what to talk about. Right, did I just save it? Saved it both of those. I'm going to give a host to let's see. I saw Joshua streaming. I'm gonna give a host to Elysia. She's playing Crusaders Kings 2. It's a game I've been playing quite a bit of. That game isn't for everybody though. I hope everyone has a good night.